Hello everyone and welcome back to the For the Love of Commander podcast. My name is Alex.
And my name is Martin, and I'm going to start this one off by apologising. I'm currently suffering from a cold and hay fever combined, so I'm going to be coughing and sneezing throughout this, but it is going to be a short one, so just bear with us.
So today we're going to be talking about our speculations and thoughts on the upcoming Commander 2018 products.
Ooh, exciting.
What we know are there are going to be Planeswalkers as the front-facing commanders of the decks. There's going to be 4 of them, going all the way back to what was new in Commander 2014, last one we had Planeswalkers as commanders. The MSRP has gone up from $34.99 to $39.99 in US dollars, which usually translates to about £40 in the UK, and the decks will be released on August 10th.
And that's about all we know right now, isn't it? It's currently the 19th of June, so we haven't had any more spoiled, any more information at this point, and it's just our luck that something will be spoiled before we publish this video, but as of now that is it. We don't know any cards from it, we don't know any themes, and we're going to turn it into a bit of a competition. We're going to have 5 predictions each as to what we think is going to be in the set, and we're going to see who gets the most right. Now these are in no particular order, although my first one is my favourite one, and we are going to just have a bit of fun with this and see if Wizards think on the same line as us. So as I mentioned, my first prediction is my personal favourite, and that is that these commander decks will be covering the Shards of Alara. Now you might say, but Martin, there are 5 Shards in Alara. We're ignoring Grixis. Grixis already has many Planeswalkers in those colours. We've got Nicol Bolas Planeswalker, Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh, Nicol Bolas the Deceiver, and the brand new Nicol Bolas the Arisen.
Nicol Bolas Tribal.
Nicol Bolas Tribal. We're done with that. So we're going to go on to the other 4 shards. Naya, Jund, Esper and Bant, each of which have a Planeswalker already associated with them. So Naya has Ajani, Jund has Sarkhan, Esper has Tezzeret, and Bant has Elspeth. Now, some of these Planeswalkers already share colours of all of those. We've had Ajani Vengeant being red and white, and a couple of Ajanis being green and white, so they cover all of them. And some of them, like Elspeth, have only been one of the colours, but they have a strong association with the Shard, and so they could easily be shoehorned in those extra colours just for this product. And it would still fit thematically with the story, because we can set this in the past, we can have it as a 25th anniversary special event, and it doesn't have to affect the story at the moment of what the characters are doing. And it'd be so cool to see 3 colour Planeswalkers that aren't Nicol Bolas. There's already been one Sarkhan one.
Tamiyo.
There's been a Tamiyo too, yeah, fair enough. But it'd be cool to see some more, especially ones you can play as your commander.
Yeah. Moving on, my top 1 prediction that I would very much like to see is just one Planeswalker. The Daddy Planeswalker. The most famous Planeswalker in all of Magic, which is...
James the Mind Sculptor?
The other one.
Urza,
the mad-capped experimenter himself. Now, obviously, make him ridiculous costing, give him 5 abilities. I don't really care. But honestly, the most famous Planeswalker in all of Magic lore, the survivor of the Brothers' War, the person who literally nearly betrayed his entire plane because some other plane was really, really shiny, needs a Planeswalker card that is playable in Commander, and no, the unset does not count. It's Magic's 25th year this year, so having them bring back one of the most infamous Planeswalkers from their history, I think would be very thematic. Especially since we're on Dominaria as well.
Yeah, and we could also bring back some other famous Planeswalkers as well to cover the other decks. But we'll get into that a bit later, I think.
Moving on. What's your number 2?
My number 2 prediction is flipping Planeswalkers, and that's not a curse. That is the ones that are creatures that flip into Planeswalkers.
So like Origins, not like Arlen Cord or Surak.
Yeah,
not Surak Garruk.
Yeah, like the Liliana, Jace, Gideon, Nissa, and Chandra from Origins. They're a creature, they fulfill a condition, they flip over. Or the new Nicol Bolas.
No Nicol Bolas, yeah.
I think this would be pretty cool because we could get into some characters' origins that maybe haven't had so much love, like a Johnny, Koth, Garruk, anything like this that people want to know more about. But also it helped to make them less OP, as you've got an issue with the Planeswalkers as commanders being either really good, like Teferi, or really not so good, like Nahiri. And this would help to balance it out if they could be ridiculous on the Planeswalker side if it's difficult to flip them into one.
Yeah, good idea. My number 2 is the desire I've seen floating around a lot of message boards, and that is the desire to have Serra be a playable Planeswalker card. Now, Sarah's one of the most influential presences in all of Magic. She has a goddamn church on Dominaria named after her that people pray to. But, as any good lore person will know, Sarah is white. She generally can't even exist on the plane she created because of a teeny tiny bit of black mana corrupting it. So, Sarah Planeswalker is mono-white. So, she needs some colour splashed into there. So I'm thinking partner Planeswalker commanders in the form of her dearly beloved husband, Feroz.
Sarah has a husband?
My god, man, read the lore.
I'm sorry this all took place before I was born.
Yes, Sarah's husband, Feroz, who I don't know what colour identity it would be. I'm not that deep, just a little bit. Because on one hand, he is a good academic researcher. On the other hand, he killed someone with a broadsword. So, swings and roundabouts. So that's my idea. I want Sarah, but I also want Feroz to come with her. I want partner commanders. I want some good coloured shenanigans going on.
My third prediction is not one I particularly want to see happen, but one that I've got a sneaking suspicion will probably occur. And that is Planeswalkers legal as commanders. And I don't mean the face Planeswalkers being the commanders. I mean scrapping the line of text that says, this Planeswalker can be your commander, and just saying, all Planeswalkers can be your commander. Now, this would fit in as, obviously, there are Planeswalkers being commanders in the newer sets. Just get rid of that line of text and say you can have your Liliana the Last Hope, you can have your Tezzeret the Schemer be your commanders. It's not going to be fun, I would say. It's probably not the best of ideas.
I don't think it's a good idea, but with them testing out Brawl to see if Planeswalkers can be used as commanders, maybe that's the direction they're heading in.
Yeah, they could have used Brawl as a trial run almost to see whether it would break the format, and
it hasn't.
Yeah, Brawl is I wouldn't say a healthy format, but it's not.
It's there.
It's not ridiculous. It's not being overpowered by one commander.
Don't want them to.
Yeah, we would rather they didn't, but it's a possibility in my eyes.
My number 3 is that I would like any of the other 9 Titans to get a Planeswalker printed card.
But Alex, what are the 9 Titans?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. The 9 Titans were a group of Planeswalkers assembled by Urza to go and fight Phyrexians on New Phyrexia. Now, there's a lot of lore and betrayal, and generally do go read it, it's quite a good story. We had Freyalise, but now my personal want is Lord Windgrace. Because he's a Black Panther, come on. Look at how cool he looks. Or, if we just want to be really dark about it, if we're going to have Urza, I would like Tevesh Sezat. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but that's how it's pronounced in my headcanon, who is another Planeswalker that I would love to have the +1 ability to kill another Planeswalker.
Ooh, I get the feeling some betrayal going on here.
Oh, it is. Jeremy, go read the story. It's fantastic. But that is what I would like. I would like, because we've had Freyalise, I would like another of the 9 Titans printed as a Planeswalker.
Yeah, and it'd be good to have some lore going back that newer players such as us don't really know. And it'd be nice to have a different Planeswalker that isn't Jace or a member of the Gatewatch leading a product.
Yeah, that's my 3.5. No more Gatewatch in this product, please.
So my number 4 prediction is Planeswalkers Matter cards. And what I mean by this is similar to in the Planeswalker decks, where you have cards such as Ajani's Comrade, or Companion of the Trials, or Hualti's Spurring, where the card itself says, if you control X Planeswalker, then it has an extra effect. I think that's going to be useful in these decks because you've got a Planeswalker as your commander, and it's a bit like the Eminence ability, but not as broken as that. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see if you control a Urza Planeswalker, for example, then this happens instead. That would be pretty cool. Or if they turn out to be Planeswalkers that are more common, let's say they are the Gatewatch Planeswalkers, if you control a Gideon Planeswalker, now that opens up new possibilities because there are so many.
Something with multiple printings.
Yeah, that'd be, if for each Gideon you control, do this.
God, no more Gideons, please.
No more tribal Gideons. So that was my 4th one, Planeswalkers Matter cards.
And my 4th is me feeling like an overprotective mother asking all the questions in the world. Garruk! Where have you been? What have you been doing? Who are you killing? And is that blood over my clean floor? He's been gone ages, and I just think a commander card for him would be so good.
Yeah, the last time we saw him was M15, and it's now M19.
I was going to say, Garruk, where you been?
He's been off killing Planeswalkers to get more powerful to try and kill Liliana.
Yes, that's what I want. I want him to come in. I want him to cost 9 mana. I want him to be great, because also, just showing how strong he's gotten, I think, will help gently introduce him into the story that might happen in a few years' time for newer players who might be wondering, hey, who is this massive dude that just came here to kill Liliana?
Yeah.
Oh, it's that guy from the Commander 2018. And then he kills Liliana and everyone rejoices. Oh, thank God.
Well, it's like when Nissa quit the Gatewatch and I was like, oh, does that mean they need a new green planeswalker? I wonder if he's... No, there's a new character.
Yeah, there's a new character now.
We'll just keep waiting.
That's my number 4. Garrick, where you been? Please come back. We miss you.
Moving on to my final one. Cards that specifically target planeswalkers. Now, bear with me on this one. Let's say the new planeswalker player definition rulings. They're separate things now. You can't redirect damage. You've got to target specific things.
Any target spells.
Yeah. Let's say that you can have equipment that says equip to a planeswalker, or a aura that says attached to a planeswalker. So think of it this way. Think of a Swiftfoot boots for planeswalkers. Or perhaps a force adaptation that instead of putting a 1/1 counter of them in your upkeep, puts a loyalty counter in your upkeep. Or let's say particularly broken pieces of equipment like the Chain Veil. Make that an equipment and then it only affects one of your planeswalkers and it's less broken. And these things I'm just spitballing here. But I think equipment for planeswalkers would be good with your commander being a planeswalker. They could make it seriously powerful. If you had, say, for example, Nissa, you could have Nissa's staff and then it combines with Nissa. Or any planeswalker, really. I'm not really bothered. But that'd make a new mechanic. It'd be interesting, and it would be cool to see.
That does sound good. I like that idea. And my 5th speculation for Commander 2018. Colourless decks matter. I would like a deck that genuinely has the face card having colourless mana symbols on it.
Ooh, edgy.
Because honestly, other than the 2 sets we had set in Zendikar, we've had very little in the way of colourless support. Which, considering it is meant to be one of the 6th colour of Magic, if you will.
But Alex, colourless isn't a colour.
I know colourless isn't a colour. Don't all is dust me. And on this, I would like to see Ugin, the Mac Daddy of being colourless. Because wouldn't that just be great? Nicobolas is running around in the story spotlights and Ugin's just off getting a commander reprint. That I would love to see. I would love to see colourless mana symbols on genuinely powerful spells. Because the reason you don't tend to have colourless spells that are really powerful is because they can be cast for any mana. There's no restriction on them. But when you have to have a colourless producing land, then you can do a lot more interesting things with them. Yeah,
it is, like you say, just a 6th colour. It's not any colour will do. So it's not going to be too powerful. And it would be interesting to see.
Because currently, what are the colourless commanders? Kozilek the Great Distortion and Karn. Those are the 2 most popular ones.
Yeah, we could have any of the Eldrazi Titans, really, but they're too expensive, really, aren't they?
So, that's my last one.
And I'm going to throw in a bonus one here. I am predicting the return of Tybalt. Imagine one of the new planeswalkers that you can have as your commander be a red-black Tybalt. Just 2 mana, how chaotic that would be.
Sounds like a $35 doorstop.
But I love Tybalt.
I know you do, no one else does.
So that was it for our Commander 2018 predictions. Let us know if there's anything that you have thought of that we've missed down in the comments below. And we'll look forward to seeing which of us has the most correct answers in a couple of months' time when the spoilers hit. I'm sure we're both going to score very low on this, but hey, we put what we want to see. Wizards might have a different vision than we do.
And as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time.
Bye.